For one-dimensional motion, describe x is equal to this much. So there are four options are given. So first of all, we know that is x is equal to t minus sine t. So this is the given equation. So now, which is greater, velocity, displacement, acceleration? Let's see which is the more greater when the condition is t is greater than to 0. So first of all, velocity. The first one is velocity, the rate of change of displacement, dx by dt, that is equal to d by dt of x value is how much? T minus sine t. Okay, so then the differentiation of t is what? 1. Then minus the differentiation of sine is what? Cos t. So this is the velocity. This is the displacement. Then acceleration. So acceleration is equal to the rate of change of velocity. So that is equal to d by dt of v value is how much? 1 minus cos t. Cos t. So then the differentiation of 1. The differentiation of 1 is how much? 0. That is acceleration is equal to 0 minus of. So differentiation of cos is minus sine t. Minus sine t. So that is the acceleration is equal to. So that will be the plus sine t, that is the value. So now the final is we get the answer, that is a x is equal to, so x is equal to t minus sine t, then v is equal to 1 minus cos t, then a is equal to sine t. So if put the value one by one, if t is equal to greater than to the 0, if t is equal to pi by 2, put if t is equal to pi by 2, what about the x? X is equal to pi by 2 minus sine 90. So sine 90 value is how much? 1. 1. So it is the value is positive value we get it inside. Then v, velocity, come to the velocity. Velocity is equal to 1 minus cos 90, that's value is 0. Then acceleration. So acceleration is equal to sine 90. So what is the value of sine 90? The sine 90 value is 1. So comparing these three, which is greater value? That is a x. Okay, x is the greater value when the condition is t is greater than to the 0 condition. Then if take another one value. Okay, so if take another one value, if t is equal to pi, if t is equal to pi, what about the x? X is equal to, so what is the sine 180? So 180 means it is a, okay, it is the second quadrant. So sine is what? Positive. So sine is positive means that value is positive. Positive. Then what about the velocity? So velocity is equal to, it is the negative value, we get negative. Acceleration is what? That is also negative. So that means displacement is positive. So now you have to draw the graph. Okay, so now you have to draw the graph. That is, this one is t. So sine function. Okay, so that is a sine function. Sine function means the sine function t is lies between -1 to +1. So this is a +1 and this one is a -1. So this is a pi value. This is 2 pi. So it is the sine. Okay, so this is equal to y is equal to sine t. Y is equal to sine t. Then, so we have to draw the tangent. We have to draw the tangent for this one. This gives what? Y is equal to x. So look at the graph, sine and xt, which is greater? That is xt function is greater. Okay, x t is greater than the sine. So now the answer for this question is xt is a greater than to the 0 for all t is greater than to the 0 condition. So in the first question, the first one is the correct answer. A man on the railway platform is just 9 meters behind the entrance door of the train. Okay, so this is the train. This is the train. A man is there. He is the man. How much distance? 9 meters behind the behind the entrance door of the train. This is the entrance door of the train. Now, so when the train begins to move with the uniform acceleration 2 meters per second square starting from the rest. Okay, so starting it is rest, it will be acceleration with 2 meters per second square. It will be start acceleration, then it is a with 2 meters per second square. Okay, so this is the train is moving with 2 meters per second square. Starting from rest. So starting from rest means u is equal to 0. The man immediately, he is the man immediately picks a uniform speed to get into the train and is just boards the train. The speed of the man is equal to question mark. So what is the speed of the man? So initially it is rest. It is a 9 meters apart from the train of the entrance of the room. The man is standing is here. Now how much speed is required? How much speed is required to trace what you have to go get inside into the train? That is a question mark. So now let's see the solution for the problem. First thing, you have to go one by one step. Velocity of the train. What is the final velocity of the train? The final velocity of the train is equal to how much? U plus at. This is the formula. Initial velocity of the train, acceleration of the train. So now, the final velocity of the train is equal to initial velocity of the train is 0 plus acceleration is 2 into t. So the velocity of the final velocity of the train is equal to how much? 2 into t. This is the velocity of train. Now the final velocity of the train is 2t. So this velocity of the train, is approximately equal to the velocity of the man. How? Because the man is immediately pick up the uniform speed to get into the train. So that is the doctor. So that is the velocity of the man is equal to how much? 2 into t. So what is the distance covered from the train is how much? So the distance covered from the train. The distance is covered from the train is equal to how much? the distance covered from the train is equal to ut plus of at square. This is a formula. Okay, so then the distance of the train is equal to how much distance traveled is equal to 0 plus, so 0 plus of is 2 into t square. So 2 get cancelled. The distance of the train is equal to t square. The distance traveled from the train is equal to how much? T square. Then, so the distance covered from the man is equal to how much? Okay, so what is the distance covered from the man? The distance covered from the man, is equal to, so the distance covered from the man is equal to, let's see the figure. So this is the distance of the train is t square. Okay, the distance is covered is t square distance. The man is behind the train with 9 meter distance. What is the distance covered from the man? 9 meter plus t square distance. 9 meter plus t square. This is the distance is covered from the man. So the distance is covered from the man is equal to the distance traveled from the train. The distance traveled from the train plus 9 meter. So that is a distance covered from the man is equal to, that is t square plus 9. Okay, so this is the distance covered from the train. This is the distance covered from the man. So how much distance? For example, that is a velocity of the man into time. The velocity of the man into time, that is equal to distance. Okay, so distance is equal to velocity into time into t square plus 9. So now what is the velocity of the man? The velocity of the man is equal to how much? The velocity of the man is equal to 2t. So now put the values. 2t into t, that is equal to 2t square is equal to t square plus 9. So that is a t square is equal to 9. Okay, t square is equal to 9 seconds. Then that is a t is equal to 3 seconds. T is equal to 3 seconds. So t is equal to 3 seconds. What is the velocity of the man? The question is asked the velocity of the man. So the velocity of the man is equal to 2t. 2t. We know that this is a already derived. That is a velocity of the man is equal to 2t. Now t value is 3. That is equal to 2 into 3. 2 into 3, that is equal to 6 seconds. That is the answer. 6 meter per second. Okay, so that is a 6 meter per second is the answer for this question. 6 meter per second is the answer. So 6 meter per second means that is the option C is the correct answer for the second question. The time dependence of the lengths of the path of two bodies moving in the straight line is given the P and Q curves respectively. Okay, so this is the two curves are given. So that is a P curve. The P curve is like that. So like that means P is what? This is a S and this is the T. So P is what? The P is acceleration. The P is velocity is increases. Okay, the P velocity is increases. Then acceleration is increases. This is a like that graph. Then another one, sorry, this is not for P, this is a Q. So this is Q. This is Q. Then P graph. The P graph is like that. Okay, the P graph is like that. So P, the P means what? So it will be graph is like that. This is a deceleration. That means it is a decreases velocity. So decreases in velocity. So decreases in velocity means what? That is a deceleration. That is the deceleration. Okay, so deceleration means, which is the option correct? Curve Q corresponding to the deaccelerated motion. Q is corresponding to the deaccelerated motion? No. Curve P is corresponding to the accelerated motion? No. So velocity at the end point of the motion is more for the body corresponding to the Q. So velocity at the end point of the motion. Okay, the velocity at the end point of the motion is more for the body corresponding to the Q. This is the Q body. Okay, the Q body, it is having it what? More velocity. More velocity. Yes, it is a more velocity. Let's see. The velocity is increases. The acceleration is increases. Okay, so velocity at the end of the motion is more for the Q. That is the option C is the correct answer for the third question. Okay, so one more important point from this one. Okay, so keep it in our mind. So in the ST graph, especially in the ST graph, okay, in the S and T graph, so these are the curves. The curves are like that. Okay, so these are the curves are what? Positive acceleration. Positive acceleration. Then positive velocities. Positive velocities. So in ST graph, the curves are like that. Okay, the curves are like that. This is velocity is decreases. Acceleration, that means decreases. That is a deaccelerations. This is the end point. Already I explained in the theory class. Okay, for more you have to watch my theory videos for the conclusion of this one questions. A train takes t seconds to perform the journey. Okay, so this is the train. This train to take the complete journey from this to this is what? T seconds. It travels t by n second with uniform acceleration. Okay, so acceleration. Then n minus 3 divided by t into t divided by n second with uniform speed v. Okay, this is uniform speed, this is uniform acceleration. Okay, so the train is moving with certain velocity and time. So you have to draw the graph. Okay, draw the graph. This is the graph. So this is called as time. This is called as velocity, speed. Okay, so total journey is t second. So it travels t by n second with uniform acceleration. So uniform acceleration means in Vt graph. Okay, in Vt graph, this is the uniform acceleration. So uniform acceleration means this one. Okay, so this is up to the time is how much? The time is t divided by n second. T divided by n second. Then uniform acceleration. This is a uniform acceleration. This is uniform acceleration. Then n minus 3 t divided by n second with uniform speed v. Uniform speed means the speed is remains constant. Okay, so the speed is remains constant means you have to write that. The speed is remains constant. This is uniform speed. Okay, this is the uniform speed. So up to the time is how much? Up to the time. So n minus 3 into t divided by n. Finally, it comes to the rest with uniform retardation. So uniform, it is acceleration. So this is uniform acceleration. This is uniform retardation. Okay, so this is the uniform retardation and comes to the rest 0. Okay, so this is the graph. Now the aim is you have to calculate the average. Okay, so average speed of the train. Calculate the average speed of the train. So average speed is equal to, we know that. Okay, so let's see the solution. The average speed. The average speed is equal to formula. Average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time. The total time is given. The total time is given. The total time is how much? The total time is t second perform the journey. Total time is t. Total distance. Okay, so how to calculate the total distance? The total distance is equal to, okay, so total distance in VT graph. The total distance in VT graph is what? In VT graph, that is total distance in VT graph. So total distance in VT graph is equal to area under VT graph. Okay, area under VT graph. Okay, so this is the trapezoid, that is a formula is half into height into a plus b. This is the formula. So now let's see the height. Height is how much? The height is equal to speed, that is b. This is given, uniform speed b. Okay, so the height is equal to h. Okay, so that is equal to half into height is how much? B into a plus b, that is t by n. Okay, the total journey is t divided by n. Total journey is t. Okay, the total journey of this one is how much? The t is the total journey. Okay, the total journey. So then it is a t plus this is the total journey t. So t plus n minus 3 into t by n. So this is the a plus b. So now you have to simplify it, that is a half into bt, v into t, bt plus, okay, bt plus then vnt divided by n minus 3v divided by 3vt. Okay, 3vt divided by n. So now after the simplified, we get the answer is equal to half vt, n cancel, plus vt minus 3vt divided by n. So now put this value, that is the V average is equal to total distance is how much? The total distance is 2vt minus 3vt divided by n whole divided by 2, total time is t. So that is a V average is equal to, so n is the common, you have to 2nvt minus 3vt divided by 2nt. So now that is the average speed is equal to, common is how much? The common is vt is the common. So vt is the common, the remaining is 2n minus 3 divided by 2nt. So now that is a tt get cancelled. Okay, the tt get cancelled. V divided by 2n, V by 2n into 2n minus 3. So that is the answer. Okay, so V divided by 2n, 2n minus 3. So V divided by 2n minus, so 2n minus 3, V divided by 2n. So that is the option B is the correct answer for fourth question. A car is moving along the straight road with the uniform acceleration. So look at the word, this is important, uniform acceleration. So uniform acceleration means the acceleration is constant. The acceleration is constant throughout the journey. It passes through the 2 points P and Q separated by the distance with the velocity 30 km per hour and 40 km per hour respectively. So now this is a car. The car is moving. Okay, the car is moving with the uniform acceleration. The acceleration is constant. So it passes through the 2 points. This is a point P and another point is Q. So at this point, the velocity, the speed of the or distance with the velocity is 30 km per hour. So at this 40 km per hour. So what is the velocity of the car middle way between P and Q? So if take the middle way between these 2 points, the middle way is, for example, R is the middle point. Okay, this is the R is the middle point. R is the middle point. So now this is the initial velocity, the final velocity you have to calculate here. Okay, so according to the formula, that is V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Okay, so this is the formula 2AS. So now you have to calculate the total distance is how much? The total distance is, S is the total distance, X is the total distance. So this is X by 2. Why? Because the velocity of the car is middle means it is x by 2, this is also x by 2. So v, final velocity, that is a v square is equal to initial velocity is 30 square plus 2 into acceleration into distance. Distance is how much? X by 2. So now 2 get cancelled, that is v square is equal to 900 plus a. 2 get cancelled, a. So you have to find out the acceleration of the car. Okay, so this is the v square value. Now we have to find out a value, the acceleration of the car. Okay, so the acceleration of the car is equal to the acceleration of the car. The acceleration of the car, that is formula v square is equal to u square plus 2a s. So v square means 40 square is equal to u square means 30 square plus 2a, distance is how much? X. So that is equal to 1620 minus 900 divided by x. Okay, divided by 2x is equal to a. So now a is equal to how much? A is equal to 700 divided by 2x, that is equal to 350 divided by x. So now I got the value of acceleration. The acceleration is equal to 350 divided by x. So put on equation number 1. Equation number 1. Okay, so now this is the value equation. So v square is equal to 900 plus a. Okay, so then the equation 1 becomes, so v square is equal to 900 plus a. A value is how much? A value is 350 divided by x. Okay, so 900 ax is x is here, x by 2. Okay, ax into x into x. So now x get cancelled. So v square is equal to 900 plus 350. So 1250. Okay, so 1250. So 1250. So now you have to write v is equal to square root of 1250 can be written as 25 into 50. So that is v is equal to 5 square root of 50. That is equal to 5 square root of 25 into 2. So that is v is equal to 25 square root of 2 meter per second. So this is the answer. 25 square root of 2. So 25 square root of 2 kilometer per hour, because the data is kilometer per hour. The answer is also kilometer per hour. No need to changing for the SI unit. That is option C is the correct answer for fifth question.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel and also press this bell icon so you can get latest video notification.
The displacement x of the particle varies with the time, that is x is equal to a e to the power of minus alpha t plus b e to the power of beta t. So where a, b, alpha and beta are the positive constants. So then velocity of the particle is given. So velocity is equal to dx by dt. So then the velocity is equal to d by dt of x value is how much? A e to the power of minus alpha t plus b into e to the power of beta t. So then the differentiation of a to the power of e alpha t, that is a is constant, then minus alpha e to the power of minus alpha t plus b is a constant, then beta into e to the power of beta t. Okay, this is the differentiation part. So then velocity is equal to minus a alpha e to the power of minus alpha t plus b beta e to the power of beta t. So this is the final expression. Got it? Is here. Then so this is independent of beta? No, this is a dependent. Okay, drop to 0 when alpha is equal to beta. So put alpha is equal to beta. So put alpha is equal to beta. Then velocity is equal to minus a alpha e to the power of minus alpha t plus then alpha is equal to beta. Okay, alpha is equal to beta. So then alpha e to the power of alpha t, then b is as it is, so drop to 0. So that is b is equal to a and b are the constants. So that is alpha e to the power of alpha t is constant. The remaining is alpha e to the power of alpha t is the velocity is not equivalent to the 0. Okay, that means this is also wrong statement. Then C and D go on decreasing with time, go on increasing with time. So let's do the calculation. For example, okay, so let's take the C and D option. Okay, let's take the C and D option for assumptions. That is A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C alpha is equal to 3 and beta is equal to 4, and because all are the positive constant. Let's see. For example, okay, for example all are the constant. So with the time, certain time, the time is equal to 1 second. So now put the value v is equal to minus a is 1 alpha 3 e to the power of 1 into t minus 1 plus b 2 beta 4 e to the power of beta into t, 4. So that is after the calculation, that is answer is minus 3 divided by E plus 8 into e to the power of 4. So which is the positive value? 100%. The velocity is positive value is got easier because it is a minus value. You take any constant numbers, put this equation. So go on increasing with the time. That is the option D is the correct answer for the 6th question. Okay, so let's. A particle moving along in the x-axis as acceleration is equal to f. Okay, in time is t. So it is given that is equal to f is equal to, so this much, f is equal to f naught into 1 minus t by t, where f naught and t are the constants. The particle at the time t is equal to 0 has 0 velocity. This is the important point. Okay, so let's see the solution for this problem. So that is particle, its acceleration is equal to f is equal to f naught into 1 minus t divided by capital D. So where f naught and t are the constant. The time t is equal to 0, has 0 velocity, So in the time interval between 0 and instant, okay, between 0 and instant time means you don't know, instant time. So when f is equal to 0, when f is equal to 0, f, that is acceleration is equal to 0, what about its velocity? So the time t is equal to 0 has 0 velocity. 0 to certain time. What is the certain time? You have to put f is equal to 0 on this equation. That is 0 is equal to f naught into 1 minus t divided by capital T. So then 1 minus t divided by t is equal to 0. So then 1 minus 1 is equal to t divided by t. So certain interval of time. So we got the answer of the certain interval of time, that is capital T. So in the capital T, so when f is equal to 0, you have to calculate velocity. Okay, so we know that velocity is equal to, okay, velocity is equal to, that means acceleration is equal to, acceleration means f, acceleration is equal to the dv by what? dt. So then in this equation, that is dv is equal to f into what? dt. This is the equation. Now it is a velocity is 0. Okay, so integration on both the side. Okay, integration on both the side, that is integration, this will be integration. So integration of dv is equal to integration of from 0 to capital T into f. F is how much? F naught 1 minus t divided by capital T into what? dt. So integration of dv is velocity, v is equal to f naught is constant, keep it outside, then integration of 0 to t into 1 into dt minus integration of 0 to t small t divided by capital T into what? dt.
So now you have to integration. Now what is the get the equation? The integration. So that is V is equal to F naught is as it is. Then so integration of 1 dt, that is t. Okay, t, that is integration from the limit of capital T to 0 minus, so that is 1 by t is constant. Then t, integration of t into dt. So integration of t into dt is what? T square by 2, t square by 2 into what? Capital T to 0. So now that is velocity is equal to F naught is as it is. Then this is a t minus 0. You have to leave it. So the remaining is minus. So minus, that is 1 by 2, 1 by 2t, 1 by 2t into t square. So then 1t get cancelled. So that is V is equal to F naught into t minus t divided by 2. So that is V is equal to how much? T minus t by 2 is 1 by 2 F naught into what? T. So this is the answer. Okay, that is the velocity is equal to 1 by 2 F naught T. So which option is matching for this question? That is the option C is the matching for the, so this problem, that is a 7th problem. C is the correct answer. A man throws balls with the same speed vertically upward one after the other at an interval of 2 seconds. So let's see, this is the ground, he is the man. Okay, he is the man, he is standing is here. A man throws a ball. Okay, a man throws a balls. Okay, throws the balls with the same speed vertically, one after the other. So one, this is the one ball. Okay, this is the one ball. This is the one ball. So one after the next one. So one after the with the interval of time. Time is equal to, so a ball, it is a with the sky, it is the time is equal to 2 seconds. After the 2 seconds, he throw one more ball. After the 2 seconds, that is time interval is 2 seconds. So what should be the speed of the throw so that more than 2 balls are in the sky at a time? Okay, so when the ball is thrown, it is here, the ball is again drop out because the time interval is 2 seconds between the 2 balls. But the question is, what is the speed is required? Okay, so what is the speed is required? The 2 balls are in the same, okay, in the space, in the sky. So now let's see the solution. The total time interval is equal to, okay, time is equal to how much? This is a T1, this is T2, okay, because it will be throw the ball, it reaches the maximum height, the time is T1. So when it reaches to the maximum height, the final velocity is equal to 0. So then it is again come back to the ground, with the time is how much? T2. The total time interval is equal to T1 plus T2. That is equal to, this is a 2 second, that is the time interval is how much? 4 seconds. So now we know that formula, that is v is equal to u plus at. So that is acceleration due to gravity is minus g. So that is v is equal to u minus g into t value. Okay, so t value is how much? So t value is equal to, that is capital T is equal to 2t, then t is equal to t by 2, okay, into t by 2. So then this is 0, that is equal to u minus gt divided by 2. So then, so after the simplified we get the answer. This is equal to how much? This is 2. So that is equal to u is equal to 2u is equal to g capital T. G capital T. So what is the maximum speed is required? Okay, so what is the maximum speed is required? The question is asked. So that is the maximum u maximum speed, it is greater than to the, so gt divided by 2. So that is u maximum is equal to, the maximum speed is equal to g is 9.8 into t is 4 divided by 2. So that is, it is a greater than. Okay, so u maximum speed is greater than to the, so 2 1 ja 2 2 ja, so 2 2 ja, that is 6, 19.6 meter per second. So the maximum speed is greater than to the 19.6 is required. It will be on the space. Okay, the maximum speed is how much it is required? 19.6 meter per second. So more than 19.6 meter per second. That is option A is the correct answer. Lesser than no, only with the speed no. So at least 9.8 no, that is more than. That is the answer for A question. A body is accelerated from the rest at constant rate alpha some time. Okay, so this is the body. So this body is accelerated. So acceleration is equal to alpha or the sometime t1. Then deaccelerated at the constant rate beta. Okay, this is a deaccelerated rate beta until it comes to the rest. So it comes to the rest means the final velocity is equal to 0. A body is accelerated from the rest means the initial velocity u is equal to 0. Okay, so let's see the first one. Okay, the first case. Let's there are solution for 2a according to the graphical method. First one, so a body is accelerated, initial velocity is 0, then final velocity is find out by using v is equal to u plus at. That is a formula. So then v is equal to u0, a is alpha, time is what? t1, certain interval of time. That is the v maximum. Okay, so v maximum is equal to. So comparing this equation with, so this equation with y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, so y is equal to mx plus c. So what about this equation along in the y-axis? Okay, so this is x-axis and this is y-axis. So y-axis, that is v maximum v. So x-axis, in the x-axis is what? T. The curve is what? Linear curve. Linear curve. Linear curve. So then it is deacceleration. Then it is deacceleration means this is the acceleration, this is deacceleration. Okay, so with the time, this one is t1 and this one is what? t2. This is the V maximum. So this is a first equation, that is a time t1 is equal to V maximum divided by alpha. Then second one, so then it is de-accelerated at the constant rate. Okay, the same formula until it comes to the rest. Until it comes to the rest means final velocity is how much? 0. So initial velocity is how much? So initial velocity is equal to V maximum. Initial velocity is V maximum. Okay, so it is a accelerated with alpha, de-accelerated with beta. De-accelerated means, so that is a velocity is decreases, finally it reaches to the 0. The final velocity is 0. Let's see. So this is a initial velocity for this one. So this one initial velocity is how much? 0. It will be start at 0 and reaches to the maximum, V maximum. Then this V maximum goes to 0. So we have to find out, that is a V. Okay, from this equation. That is a V is equal to U. V is equal to U plus AT. V means 0. V maximum, it is a de-acceleration. Okay, it is a de-acceleration. De-acceleration means minus beta. Okay, so this is a de-acceleration means A is equal to minus beta. So into time is how much? T2. So then V maximum is equal to beta T2. So then this is the final interval of time is how much? T. The final interval of, okay, if the total time is how much? T. Then the total time T is equal to T1 plus T2. So now put the values on this equation. So that is equal to T1 value is, you know, okay, so that is T is equal to T1 is how much? T1 is V maximum divided by alpha plus T2 value. So T2 is equal to beta V maximum. So V maximum divided by beta. So then that is the total time interval T is equal to V maximum is common. Okay, so then 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. So after the simplified, so that is T divided by V maximum. T divided by V maximum is equal to beta plus alpha divided by alpha into beta, LCM. Okay, so then V maximum is equal to how much? V maximum is equal to alpha divided by beta plus alpha into how much? Into time T. Okay, so let's see the answer for this one. The maximum, then the maximum's velocity is, okay, alpha beta divided by alpha plus beta into T. Okay, so that is the option B. Option B is the correct answer. Okay, so that is alpha beta plus beta into T. So that is the B is the correct answer for 9th question. If a particle moves in the straight line according to the S is equal to this much, T cube 6T square minus 50. Then the time interval during the velocity is negative. So which time interval velocity is negative, which time acceleration is positive? Okay, the velocity is negative, which time interval acceleration is positive, on which time? This is the question. So let's see the solution. First step, you have to find out velocity and acceleration. So s is equal to this much. Velocity is equal to ds by dt. That is equal to d by dt of s is how much? S is t cube minus 6t square minus 15t. So then velocity is equal to 3t square minus 12t minus 15. So this is velocity. Then acceleration. So acceleration is equal to dv by dt. Okay, dv by dt. So then, so that is equal to d by dt of v value is how much? 3t square minus 12t minus 15. So then acceleration is equal to 6t minus 12 plus 0. So the question is, acceleration is positive at what time? So we got acceleration equation is equal to 6t minus 12. Okay, so if put time t is equal to 1 second, the acceleration 6 into 1, that is negative part is here. So if time t is equal to 2 second, then acceleration is equal to how much? 0. So if the time t is equal to greater than to the 2 second, the time interval is greater than to the 2 second. Okay, the time interval is greater than. So the time interval is greater than to the 2. Greater than to the 2 means the acceleration becomes what? Positive. 100%. The first one is the time interval is what? Greater than to the 2. Okay, the time interval is greater than to the 2. This is for acceleration. Then second one. So velocity is negative. When the velocity is negative, this is velocity equation. Okay, so in this equation, velocity, you have to take this equation, that is a 3 is common. The remaining is t square minus 4t minus 5 is equal to 0. So then this value, so then that is a t square 5. So 5 into 1, 5 minus 1, 4. So that is minus 5t plus t minus 5 is equal to 0. Then t is the common, t minus 5, then plus 1 is the common, that is equal to t minus 5 is equal to 0. So the time interval is got, it is here, the time is equal to 5 seconds. Okay, so then the time is equal to minus 1 second. The time is cannot be negative. Okay, time cannot negative. The time cannot negative. So the time is cannot negative, it means the time is positive. Okay, that is 5 seconds. So you have to put 5. So the answer is v is equal to, okay, v is equal to 5 square 25, 75 minus 60, so minus 15. So we got the answer is velocity is 0. So it is a velocity is greater than to the 5 second. Sorry, the time interval is greater than to the 5 second. Greater than to the 5 second. Okay, so that is the answer is, so the time interval is, okay, then the time interval, so the time interval is the time interval is greater than to the how much 5 and lesser than to the how much 2. Okay, so that is the answer for the this question. It is greater than to the 2, greater than to the 2. Okay, so that is which is option is correct. The time interval is greater than to the 2 and lesser than to the 5. Okay, that is option A is the correct answer for this. Sorry, not for A, that is option B is the correct answer. Okay, option B is the correct answer for this question. That is option not for A, option B is a correct answer for 10 question. A bird is tossing, flying to and fro between the two cars moving towards each other on the straight road. Okay, so this is a car A, this is car B moving towards each other. So this is the bird. Okay, so this is the bird. One car has speed. The velocity of the car A is equal to 27 km/h. So while the other has the speed 18 km/h. So that is the velocity of the car P is equal to 18 km/h. So the bird starts moving from the first car towards the other. Okay, so this bird is start moving from the first. Okay, so this bird is moving here and moving with the speed of, okay, the speed of the bird is equal to how much? 36 km/h. So when the two cars were separated by the distance, so these are the two cars are separated by the distance 36 km. The total distance covered by the bird. So how much the distance is covered from the bird? Okay, so let's see the solution. So distance covered. Okay, so the distance covered from the bird. The distance covered from the bird is equal to, okay, so distance is equal to velocity of the bird into what? Time. Okay, so this is the distance. S is the distance. Velocity into time. So now time. The time interval is not given, but the velocity of A with respect to the B. Okay, so the velocity of A with respect to the B, is equal to velocity of A minus into velocity of B, that is equal to velocity of A plus velocity of B, that is equal to velocity of A with respect to the B. That means both are meet at what speed? The velocity of A with respect to the B. Okay, so both the velocities, relative velocities, is equal to how much? That is 27 km/h plus 18 km/h. So 20 plus 18, the velocity of A with respect to the B is equal to, so 45 km/h. That is the relative velocities of A and B. The distance is how much? The distance is equal to 36. Now the time taken to cross these two. Okay, the time taken the time taken to cross the cars. Okay, what is the time taken to cross the car? Time is equal to what? Time is equal to, that is, distance divided by velocity. So now the time is equal to, so distance is how much? 36 kilometer divided by the velocities of A with respect to B is equal to how much? 45. So that is kilometer per hour. So we get the answer. So 36 divided by 45 is 0.8 hour. Okay, so the time to cross, okay, what is the time to cross the A and B is, the time is how much? The time is equal to 0.8 hour. 0.8 hour. So time is this much and the speed of the bird is this much. You have to put the value. Okay, so now put on equation number 1. So the distance covered from the bird is equal to, okay, bird. So the distance covered from the bird is equal to, velocity of the bird is how much? Velocity of the bird is 36 kilometer per hour into time is how much? 0.8. So the 36 into 0.8 is equal to 28.8 kilometer. So that is the answer. So that is option A is the correct answer for the question number 11. Two boys are standing at the ends A and B of ground. AB is equal to A. Okay, two boys, that is A. Okay, this is A end, this is the B end. So the distance is how much? The distance between these two is A, small a. The boy B starts the running in the direction perpendicular to the AB with velocity v1. So the boy B, okay, the boy B is start the running perpendicular. Okay, the boy B is start the running on the perpendicular. So this perpendicular, its velocity is v1. The boy at A starts running immediately or simultaneously with velocity v and catches with the time, where time is. Okay, so that is the another boy, that is A boy is to catch the B boy. So with the running with the speed is how much? V. So now, so what about this distance? Distance is equal to v1. Time is how much? T. So this is time is how much? T. Distance is equal to velocity into time. Okay, so by using the right angle triangle, that is V. So Pythagoras theorem, that is Vt whole square is equal to a square plus v1t whole square. So then that is v square t square minus v1 square t square is equal to a square. So then t square is common, then remaining is v square minus v1 square, that is equal to a square. So then that is t square is equal to a square divided by v square minus v1 square. Okay, so that is t square is equal to this much, then t is equal to, okay, then t is equal to how much? T is equal to A divided by square root of V square minus V1 square. So that is the time interval to catch the B ball. Okay, to catch the B ball from the A ball. Okay, this is the time. So which option is matching to this one? So that is option D is matching for this solution. That is option D is the correct answer for 12th question. A particle start from rest, transverse a distance L with uniform acceleration. Okay, with uniform acceleration. So this is the particle. The particle start from the rest. Okay, start from the rest means u is equal to 0. So at the distance of how much? L distance. L distance with uniform acceleration. Okay, the acceleration is constant, uniform acceleration. Then moves uniformly over a further distance 2L. Okay, so let's take the graph. This is the time. Okay, this is the time, and so this is the journey. Journey means this is the distance. Okay, the time t is equal to 0. The time t is equal to 0. It is uniform acceleration. Okay, this is velocity graph. So in VT graph, uniform acceleration means, okay, uniform acceleration. So uniform acceleration means this is the uniform acceleration. Okay, this is the uniform acceleration. So with the time is how much? This is the time. This time is how much? T1 time. And then moves uniformly over the further distance. So uniformly it will be moved with the further distance uniformly. 2L. Whatever it is initial there, same. And finally comes to the rest after moving further distance 3L under the uniform retardation. So uniform retardation means, okay, the velocity is decreases. Okay, up to this is time is t2. Then, so assuming that entire motion to be rectilinear motion, the ratio of average speed over the journey to the maximum speed. Okay, you have to calculate the average speed to the the ratio of average speed. Okay, the ratio of average speed to the maximum speed, V maximum. You have to calculate this one. Okay, so first one by one. V average is equal to, okay, so V average is equal to, we know that formula. So V average is equal to total distance divided by total time. Okay, so that is the, let's see the solution. So that is V average is equal to total distance divided by total time. So total distance is how much? Total distance is, first one is L, second one is 2L, third one is 3L. Okay, so L plus 2L plus 3L. Total distance divided by first time T1 plus T2 plus T3. Okay, so now this is called as equation number 1. So now you have to find out T1, T2, T3. Okay, and put that values on this equation. First one, T1. Okay, so we know that V is equal to U plus AP. Okay, U plus AT, that is A1 T1. So a particle is start from the rest. Start from the rest means U is equal to 0. So then V means maximum. This is a V maximum. So this is a start from rest 0. It reaches with what? It reaches V maximum. So that is V maximum is equal to, okay, that becomes V maximum is equal to A1 T1. So then T1 is equal to V maximum divided by A1. So now you have to find out the acceleration. Okay, so let's see that one. Then T2. So you have to find out T2. T2 means this journey. So total distance is 2L. Time is T2. Okay, distance is 2L. So that is velocity V maximum, that is a velocity is equal to distance 2L, distance into time is T2. So then T2 is equal to V maximum divided by 2L. V maximum divided by 2L. So then third one is initial velocity is how much? So the final velocity is 0. You have to put that one value. So final velocity is 0. Initial velocity is how much? V maximum. Okay, so let's see the graph. This is a V maximum, then decreases, then the final velocity becomes 0 on this one, retardation curve. Okay, so then that is V maximum plus A2 T2. So then T3. So T3 is equal to how much? T3 is equal to V maximum divided by A2. So now you have to find out A1, A2. Okay, A1, A2. How to find out A1, A2? That is V square is equal to U square plus 2A A1 S. Distance, total distance, that is S. So that is a V square. First one is 0. Okay, first case. Okay, then V square, final velocity is V maximum square. V maximum square is equal to 2A1. Distance is how much? L distance. So then that is A1 is equal to V maximum square divided by 2L. So now put the value, that is a V maximum divided by A1 is V maximum square divided by 2L. Then that is equal to 2L divided by V maximum. Okay, then second one. Okay, second one. Then the second one is equal to, so V square. Okay, second one is 0 square. 0 square is equal to, initial is V maximum square minus, because it is the retardation. Okay, so retardation means it is minus. Okay, minus 2 into A2, that is the distance is how much? The distance is 3L. That is V maximum square. V maximum square is equal to 6A2L. Then A2 is equal to, okay, A2 is equal to how much? A2 is equal to V maximum square V maximum square divided by 6L. Okay, so now put these values on this equation. That is a V maximum divided by A2 is how much? V maximum square divided by 6L. So that is equal to 6L divided by V maximum. So now put those values on equation 1. So equation number 1 becomes that is the V average speed is equal to 6L divided by T1. T1 is 2L divided by V maximum plus okay, so T2, sorry, by small mistake I done. So this is a T2 is equal to, so T2 is equal to actually T2 is equal to T2 is equal to distance divided by V maximum. Okay, so distance by 2 maximum means 2L divided by V maximum plus that is 6L divided by V maximum. So now after the simplified we get the answer, that is a 6L is as it is divided by, so 1 by V maximum is common. Okay, 1 by V maximum is common, so into remaining is how much? 10L. So then that is a V average is equal to V maximum into 6L, V maximum into 6L divided by 10L. Now LL get cancelled. Okay, so the problem is asked, so V average divided by V maximum. Okay, so then after the simplified, so that is V average divided by V maximum is equal to, so is equal to 6 divided by 10. Okay, 6 by 10. So that is 2 3J 2 5. Okay, so the answer is how much? 3 by 5. Okay, so the 3 by 5 is the answer for this question. Okay, so that is the option C is the answer for the 13th question with good solution and very shortcut solution. The velocity time graph. This is the velocity time graph. Particle is moving in the straight line. So let's see, these are the 4 options. First option, a particle non-uniform acceleration. So how to find out the acceleration? So the acceleration is find out in the graph is slope of the VT graph. Okay, slope of the VT graph. Then acceleration is equal to first slope. Okay, this is the first slope. Then this is the actually angle, so that is a theta. Acceleration is equal to theta is equal to tan theta is equal to, so opposite by adjacent with minus sign. Why? Because this is a anti-angle. Okay, actually that is the angle is this one, but this is the anti-angle. That should be minus 10 opposite side. This is a theta, so opposite is 10 by adjacent is 10. So that is equal to answer 1 meter per second square. that is the minus 1 meter per second square. Okay, then this is slope. Okay, so that acceleration is equal to theta. Okay, this is a theta. So this theta is equal to, what about this one? This is a minus 20. Opposite side is minus 20. Okay, opposite side minus 20 divided by adjacent. So 10 plus 10, 20. Okay, this is adjacent side. This one is the adjacent. So that is equal to answer 1 meter per second square. So now that is acceleration is what? The acceleration is uniform. It is for not uniform. The option is wrong. It is actually uniform acceleration because the acceleration is constant. Okay, so this is a not for right. Then go to the B option. Okay, the B option is a particle has never turned around. Okay, the particle, it will be start from. Okay, so the particle is the start from 10 meter per second. Okay, then the velocity is decreases, then the velocity is equal to how much? 0. Then it is a negative. Okay, it is a start from 10 meter per second. Okay, the velocity is decreases and finally it reaches to the how much? 0 meter per second. Okay, 0 meter per second. Then it is a positive direction, then it is a negative direction because it is the readings are negative. Okay, so negative and it is right just to the finally minus 20 meter per second. Okay, minus 20 meter per second. That means it is a turned. Okay, it is a turn, but the option is never turn. Okay, not for never, it is a turned around. That is also wrong answer. Okay, then another one option, that is a, let's check the C option. So C option is equal to the particle has zero displacement. Okay, so how to find out the displacement in VT graph? Okay, the displacement in the VT graph is equal to, okay, so the displacement in the VT graph, is what? The displacement in the VT graph is equal to area under the VT graph. So area under the VT graph. So area under the VT graph means, so what is the area for the first portion? This one. So what is the area of this one? Okay, so this area is equal to how much? Area of the first one. Area of the first one, that is half into base. Base is 10 into height minus, because this is a negative. Okay, minus half into base. Base is how much? This one 10 20 into, so what about this one? Height 20. Okay, so that is the is equal to answer is 50 minus 200, that is equal to minus 150, that is not equivalent to 0. So that means it is not 0, it is the minus 150 displacement. This is also wrong statement. Okay, then fourth one. Okay, the fourth one, that is a D, the average speed. Okay, that is a V average speed. The V average speed is equal to total distance from 0 to 10 second. Okay, 0 to 10 second divided by total time. Total time is 10 minus 0. So total distance from the 0 to 10. So what is the total distance from 0 to 10? Okay, so that is a total distance from 0 to 10. 0 to 10 is this one. So half into base into height. Okay, half into base into height means half into base is 10 into height is 10. Okay, divided by 10. So that is equal to answer. So now 10 get cancelled. That is a 5 meter per second. Then 10 to 20. So 10 to 20. 10 to 20. Let's see 10 to 20. This one. Okay. So 10 to 20 is 10 to 20. Half into base into height. Base is 10. Okay. Height is 10. So that is also half into base into height divided by time is 20 minus 10. So that is equal to answer 5 meter per second. Okay, so both are same. Okay, both are same average speed. So okay, both are same average speed from the 0 to 10 second, 0 to 10 second and 10 to 20 second. 10 to 20 second. So let's see the answer. That is average speed. Okay, in the interval of 0 to is the same as the average speed in the 10 to 20 second. That is option D is a correct answer for the 14th question. The displacement time graph. A body is shown figure. What is the velocity time graph? So let's see in the ST graph. Okay, in the displacement time graph. Okay, in the displacement time graph, how to find out the velocity? So velocity is equal to, okay, in ST graph, velocity is how to find out? First one. So in the time interval 0 to the t1. Okay, 0 to the t1, the curve is like that. This is time, this is t, this is t1. So 0 to the t1, that is a linear curve. Okay, in the linear curve, the slope, okay, the slope is positive. Theta, let's see theta. So this is theta. The slope is positive. Slope theta. The slope theta is positive. The slope theta is positive means what about velocity? The velocity is positive. The velocity is positive. Okay, velocity is positive. And also it is uniform velocity. Uniform because a linear curve. Linear curve. Now you have to draw it easier. The first one. Okay, this is a time, this is a velocity. The first one interval of time is t1. Okay, in the t1 the velocity is positive. Okay, the velocity is positive up to the t1 time. Up to the t1 time. Then t1 to the, okay, then t1 to the, okay, t1 to the t3. So t1 to the t3, the slope is how much? The slope is 0. Okay, so that is a slope is 0 from the t1, from the t1 to the t3. From t1 to the t3, slope is equal to how much? Slope is equal to 0. So slope is 0 means velocity is what? Velocity is 0. So velocity is 0 means, so this is a t1, this is t2, this is t3. So up to t1 it is velocity. Up to t3, that is velocity is how much? 0 velocity. t1 to the t3. Then T3 to the T4. Okay, T3 to the T4. So T3 to the T4, T3 to the T4. Let's see this one. Okay, that is a slope is what? Slope is negative. Slope is negative slope. So the slope is negative means what about the velocity? The slope is negative. The velocity is what? The velocity is negative. The velocity is negative up to T3 to the T4. The velocity is negative. Okay, so which is the graph familiar to this one? Let's see, check. Okay, T3. So now that is a option D is familiar to this one. That is option D is the correct answer for 15th question. Two stones are thrown up simultaneously from the edge of the cliff 200 meter high with the initial speed 15 meter per second and 30 meter per second respectively. Okay, so let's see the solution. Is the 200 meter cliff. Okay, so two stones are thrown up to simultaneously from the 200 meter. Okay, from the ground. This is the height of the cliff. So then that is a first one is with velocity. How much? The first one is 15 meter per second. Then the second one is 30 meter per second. The time variation of the relative position of the second stone with respect to the first stone as shown in figure. x2 minus x1 with respect to the time is given. The equation of this one. Okay, so let's see the equation. So x2 minus x1. First one, we know that this is the certain height. That is a formula is x is equal to ut plus of at square. This is the general formula. So then that is the height is x1 height. Then that is the reason. So that is x1 is equal to, this is x0. So x1 is equal to x0 plus ut plus of at square. This is the formula. So then that is a x1 is equal to x0 is 200 plus u initial velocity. This is the first one. First one velocity is 15 meter per second, 15t. So this is a acceleration due to gravity is a is equal to minus of into gt square. Okay, so that is the acceleration due to gravity square, that is 10 into t square. So that is we get the answer x1 is equal to 200 plus 15t minus 5t square. Okay, this is equation 1, that is x1 value. So then x2, then the second ball. Okay, the second ball is equal to, so that is x2 is equal to 200 plus 30t minus minus 5t square. So this is equation 2. So according to that one, x2 minus x1. So x2 minus x1, that is equal to, okay, so x2 minus x1 is equal to, so x2 is how much? X2 is 200 plus 30t minus 5t square, then minus with minus x1 is 200 minus 15t plus 5t square. So that is x2 minus x1 is equal to, so this equal to, that will be cancelled, 5t square, so that is 30t, 15t, that is answer is 15t is the answer. So which is the option is matching for this one solution? So which option is matching for this solution? X2 minus x1 is equal to 15t. So that is the option C is the matching for this solution. That is 16th one. That is a C is the answer. Okay, C is the answer for that question. Okay, that is a C is the answer. Next question. The motion of the particle described. So x is equal to x naught 1 minus e to the power of x is equal to x naught minus x naught into 1 minus e to the power of minus kt. Then t is lesser than or equivalent to the 0. Then x naught is greater than to the 0. Then k is also greater than to the 0. With velocity does the particle. So velocity is equal to, what is the formula? Velocity is equal to dx by dt. So then that is equal to d by dt of x value. So x value is how much? X naught into 1 minus e to the power of minus kt. Okay, so then velocity is equal to, so that is a differentiation of differentiation of constant. So the differentiation of constant is 0, then minus, then minus k into e to the power of minus kt. Okay, so then minus into minus plus, that is v is equal to k e to the power of minus kt. Okay, so that is velocity. So if in this value, that is a t is greater or equivalent to the 0, so that is e to the power of, so into this is x naught, that is the reason I have to put x naught, because x naught is multiplication with this one and this one. So into what? X naught. So according to the condition, t is equal to 0 or greater than, so put t is equal to 0, that is a v is equal to k into x naught e to the power of minus k into 0, t value is 0, so that is velocity is equal to kx naught. So which is the answer? Kx naught, that is option B is a correct answer for the 17th question. So figure shows xt plot a particle in one-dimensional motion. So two different equal intervals of time shown. Let v1 and v2 be the average speed in the intervals 1 and 2. So 1, that is, this one is what? v1, and this one is what? v2. So which is greater? That is the problem. So now in xt graph, okay, in xt graph. So in xt graph, how to find out the velocity? That is, velocity is find out by using the what? Slope of the xt graph. Slope of the xt graph. So the slope of the xt graph means you take the slope is here. Okay, you take the slope is here. So which is greater? That is, this one is theta 1, this one is theta 2. So easily to what? That is, a theta 1 is greater than to the theta 2. The theta 1 is greater than to the theta 2 means v1 is greater than to the what? v2. So that is the answer is A is the correct answer, because the slope is indicate what? Slope of the xt graph is what? The slope of the xt graph is show the velocity. The slope of the xt graph is shows the velocity. The higher slope, higher velocity. So two parallel railway tracks run north and south. Okay, so this is the direction. So this is the north and this is south. So on one track train, A moves on the north. So that is A train is, this is a A train. So this A train moving in north direction. Okay, north with the speed of how much? The velocity of A train is 54 km per hour. And on the other track B moves with south. Okay, that is another one track, that is train, it moves south with the velocity of this one is how much? Speed is how much? 90 km per hour. The velocity of train A with respect to the B. So both are opposite direction. So that is the reason the velocity of A with respect to B is equal to velocity of A minus velocity of B. So that is velocity of A with respect to B is equal to velocity of A plus velocity of B. So then the velocity of A with respect to B is equal to 54 plus 90. So that is equal to 144 km per hour. But the answer is in meter per second. So the velocity of A with respect to B is equal to 144 into. So how to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second? So that is 5 by 18 is multiplication with them. So that is equal to answer. So it is cancelled with. So velocity of A with respect to B is equal to. So 6 3 ja 6 26. So then okay, 4, this one is 4, 8 into 5 40. So that is 40 meter per second. So which is the answer? That is a option D is a correct answer for this question. Okay, 20th question. The position of the particle moving along in the x-axis is given. Okay, so let's see the solution. The particle is moving along x-axis is equal to A t cube plus B t square plus Ct plus D. The numerical values of A, B, C, D is given. Okay, so these are the values respectively. SI units are used. So what is the velocity of the particle at time is 4 seconds. So velocity is equal to dx by dt. Okay, dx by dt. Then that is equal to d by dt of X value is how much? A t cube plus B t square plus ct plus d. So now we have to differentiation, we get the answer 3a t square plus 2bt plus c. Okay, that is differentiation of constant is 0. So now, so put all the values on that equation. That is velocity is equal to so 3 into a value is how much? 1. T value is how much? 4 square plus 2 into B value is 4 into T value is 4 plus C value is minus 2. So after the simplified, we get the answer velocity is equal to 48 plus 32 minus 2. So that is velocity is equal to 78 meter per second. So that is option A is the correct answer.